some of the things that we're seeing out there today. So, first of all, kind of this idea around launching alternate programs beyond traditional incentive plans. So again, the thought process here is, right, we all have, great long-term incentive trips, car packages that are fantastic for our leaders. But again, what we're learning to do now is starting to look at kind of that move the middle, the large masses of people. How do we reach them, engage them in a much quicker way? So again, companies are looking at requesting a more agile programs, talking maybe 90 days to as little as 1 week. How can they spin those up very quickly with a very focused approach on a specific topic or a specific, maybe a very specific product launch, whatever that may be, again, but being able to be more agile in their programs, which again, ultimately ties back to more flexibility around program design and delivery. Design from the standpoint of visualization. How can we quickly throw up leaderboards? How can we quickly throw up trackers? And delivery. How can we subset maybe a small segment of our field to focus on one specific topic? So again, a lot more flexibility, a lot more agile approach to the programs themselves. And one of the things that we are going to focus a lot on today is this focus on rewarding smaller breadcrumbs of activities. There's a great article out recently about, incentivizing those baby steps. And I'm glad to see that a lot of organizations are looking for that. Next, automation of to-dos to provide next steps, accurate next steps in the approach. And then also taking into account the field's personal goals and incentivizing those steps. So maybe a bit more of a dynamic program where we're going to get a lot more emotional connection into that approach. So these are what we're seeing. If you want, please go ahead and drop down into maybe the comments or questions area, maybe some things that you guys are seeing out there that we can share with everybody on the call. Again, these are what we're seeing both inside and outside of direct selling. I think it's a good approach. So we're kind of taking this stand, and we feel that this is a very strong approach, is that a guided incentive program with automated recognition alerts to participants and leaders will drive more long-term behaviors than really most anything else that we can do. So again, it's a big statement, but I think that throughout this, we'll all be able to start to see maybe why this makes sense. So Rallyware has done a lot of surveys over the last couple of years. And this recent survey with over 10,000 participants was primarily focused around incentives and recognition. And it was really interesting insights. So right out of the bat, 82.5% strongly agree that they don't have the actionable understanding of exactly how do I reach this incentive goal. We might know what the terms and conditions are. We might know, okay, you need to hit this number, but how do they hit that original number in the first place? So again, a lot of that approach is kind of those breadcrumbs or baby steps that we heard that people are looking for. 78% strongly agree that inclusion of training would make obtaining their goals a lot easier. Again, kind of ties back to the first one of understanding the action. What do I do? How do I do it? That approach. And then 61.6% agree that they would not likely engage in a long-term incentive program. And that's talking about greater than 6 months. So very interesting survey results, and some follow-up questions to some of those things were, why would you not? Things like that. And a very, very interesting insights.